I need everybody to say, JP, play the movie.
Averb, where does that, how, like, for you to, like, how, you to be such a man of God, how do you and Averb cross paths to where it gets that real?
Yeah, that was one of them ones that's like, it's like, yo, you're not my peer. You're not my friend. I don't like you. I don't rock with you. You know what I mean? And I don't have very many battles that I've ever written. Like, I think I'm 120 battles in now. And like, I've got 2 battles that I've ever written that I'm like, I'm picturing the fight rather than picturing how to deliver the haymaker for the second round. I'm picturing like what it looks like, you know, if I swing here, like, because that's why I don't rock with you. You know what I mean? And I don't normally like writing from a place of that. It's not fun. I'm a competitive guy. I want to go out here, you know what I mean? But also sometimes it brings that dog out in you too.
No, for sure. For me, I like writing from that place.
Yeah,
I like writing from that.
Yeah, it's like it kind of, you know. And so with him, you know, he was just being Verb. Like, you know, like this. I mean, you know, he targeted me. You know, I'm an easy target. I'm people like to follow me. They like to do interviews and type A word in the interview. You know, no disrespect to my peers, but it's just not as cool. You know, some of the other people, he's like, yo, this is a little traction or whatever. And then he, like, I just firmly believe that that's the only way he was getting battles that people cared about was for him to create them. Yeah. But he was just on so much, like, just lame stuff to me. You know what I mean? Just from a personal standpoint, you know? And, it was weird. I always tell the stories like, yo, I'm going to the face-off, I get in the car with Street Hymns, my guy Chad, and we listen to this scripture, like from Psalms. We just listened to the audio version of it or whatever. And then we just prayed or whatever. And I was like, yo, he's like, we're going to be cool, man. It's cool. I don't even know what type of time he on, whatever. You know what I mean? And we get there, and like 2 minutes later, I'm like forehead to forehead with him or whatever. Stream's like, yo, I thought we just listened to the Bible and prayed. Like, why you on tears? That's just, it was the calm before the storm. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Did you know Glock 40 was going?
Yeah, I knew it was going to hit. I knew it was going to hit. You know, I had Glock 40, not Glock 40 necessarily, but you know, just the idea of like what that looks like when you cuss for the first time on stage, because you know why it's a moment. Right? You get it. You know, it's like,
for sure.
And so I didn't never want to do it in a corny way. You know what I mean? And I was like, whenever that presented itself or whatever, I was just like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, this is it. Like, yeah, if I'm going to go all out like that. But I also didn't want it to be like a theme of the battle. I didn't cuss him out the whole rest of the battle. I got back to what I do. But I just wanted it to just be a small glimpse of like, do you know how much you pissed me off over the last, you know, damn near a year, you know what I mean? And so, but I knew it was going to hit. You know, Uncle Rob sometimes will come to you before, he's like, yo, Ward, what round is the warning? You know what I mean? Because he always want to get his camera.
He want to get that footage.
So I just told Uncle Rob outside, I said, 4 bars into my first. I said, get the camera ready.
Nah, so after y'all had that battle winds up being a great battle. That part I want to talk about right there with that rivalry, because I feel like out of everyone, obviously with URL, it's just business and you fighting for your position, doing that. You and Geechee is kind of just, you become the person that is, you know what I mean, on his radar, because that's the, you know, that's the loss that he needs. But with Verb, it's real tension there. I seen some of the tweets. Talk about the aspect of how actually, like, because battle rap is therapy. So after y'all have that conversation, from my knowledge, y'all are in a much better place now. How does that look when you have that much intensity? What makes you say, all right, now that the battle's over? Because it's not like a therapy session where you go and express yourself calmly. In fact, this shit can make it worse. Yeah. Like, if you really look at what we're about to say to each other, like, the calm before the storm is the tweets and the blogs, which is still harsh, but then it gets harsher in the actual battle, because some of the things we really want to say is like, I'm not even going to say this right now. I'm going to wait to say this shit to the nigga in the battle. So when you get to hearing every bad thing that he has to say about you and y'all being in a bad place already, how do y'all get to a good place after that?
Yeah, at the face-off, I sensed that even though like the way he promoed was lame and everything, I sensed that it was more promo than personal. Like, you know, because I didn't know. I'm like, yo,
you don't know.
I know he's promoing, but I'm also like, is it promo and personal?
Yeah.
At the face-off, like before I left, like, you know, he kind of looked at me. He was like, do your thing tomorrow. You know what I mean? He kind of gave me a head nod. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, I could kind of tell that that's where it was at. So then we have the battle. You know, St. Louis is deep in there. Once again, I'm basically
the capsule,
man. GT and Compton, basically.
Yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're a dangerous man.
And so, you know, after we had a battle, you know, we shake hands, and you know, I'm always gonna shake hands, you know, and that kind of stuff. And there we even did like a small interview together. And he was like, he's stamped now, which me, I'm just, you know, I'm like, all right, if that's what you wanted to say on camera, that's fine. But you know, we know I didn't need that. Anyway. And I'm cool. Like, I'm cool. But then, like, he don't like months later he back, you know, every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then it's
you know,
shot.
like a little something. I'm just like, God dang, man.
So
it's a relief though to get it all.
Yeah, to get it all.
Yeah.
You know, there's a what if rivalry, right? That me and you both partake in that never happened. So I got this and one more, and then we done. NWX versus Four Horsemen.
Yeah, that's a conversation that should have happened.
What does that look like on your side though? Because you know
it's like Saga kicking all y'all. Y'all kicked me out the group.
We didn't kick him out. You know what's crazy, boy? We didn't kick him out the group. The craziest part about that is that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you. What does that look like on your side? Because on my side, right, it's me like so, and this is why I would never do groups again, right? Because I feel like a group is a camaraderie of a bunch of people that built something together that then turned into the group. Just to say off the record, now that it's over, NWX was DNA has a bunch of people that he's close with, and DNA just put them all in the group. And now they're all cool with DNA.
Yeah.
So now when they don't get along with each other, it's, yo, DNA, you're man. But to the outside view of the world, it's this is one. So that's where the initial turmoil starts. So for me, it was, at that time, I can honestly say I was a little not even a little, a lot immature than I am now. Even though it came from a place of genuineness, it was Saga being the rookie and me giving him the tough love that he needed to feel him excel, and he just didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So it like starts from like the chess battle. When we doing the chess battle, you know what I mean? My approach to it was like, I know chess's position because I used to be a 17-year-old kid with no job trying to become a battle rapper. That's all I'm thinking about. To where I'm telling Saga, it's not even that I'm doubting, and maybe my message didn't come off the right way, but it wasn't that I'm doubting your skill set. I'm just telling you, I know where you need to go to beat him.
Yeah.
And Saga is living. Saga's going to pool parties. Saga's asking me to get him passes to meet Drake backstage, and then the battle happens.
Yeah.
And the battle doesn't go how it's supposed to go. So from that point, then it's just tough love of him feeling like DNA was probably too hard on me, and me like, I told you so. So we hanging out, because like I said, me and Saga are the closest in the group, and we come back from the park, and there's just a message that goes across his phone, and I don't know why. I think my phone died, so I was calling my girl or my kid, something, to where I had it, and I just see the group chat of you guys, Four Horsemen.
And we picked a wrestling name too, the audacity.
So I'm like, yo, Saga, what is this? And he's like, no, it's a Christian group that we came up with, but it's not a battle rap group. So I'm like, but it's battle rappers in it. Right? So it's confusing to me because I'm like, not that there's some unwritten contract, you can't do it, but it just seems, you didn't tell us. Yeah. So I want to know like, what's going on that we don't know about this, and it's to the point because, you know what I mean, it's to the point I got a group chat, so this must be something. Yeah. So then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna let you bring this up because everybody, you know what I mean, you should tell everybody else in the group that you're in the group. So he's like, all right, give me 2 days. 2 days go by, doesn't say anything. And like I said, I've worked on myself. At this time, I'm a very petty individual. So I was just waiting for the 2 days to happen. As soon as the 2 days happened, right there on the 48-hour mark, Saga has something he wants to tell you guys. Just start jumping mad horse emojis in the chat. So everybody starts amping it up. Saga, you know what I mean? He doesn't play like that, so he's not finding it funny at all. And then it becomes one big explosion, which I'll take accountability for. But it ends with, yo, you don't have to leave. We're not kicking you out the group, but you got to tell them it's over. Yeah. Like, you didn't tell us. And he was like, nah, I'm not telling them that. And then
what Chess say to him, he had to go through hell to see heaven. You know what I mean?
So
he was in DNAGTFOH for a minute, and then
he said he wasn't going to tell y'all. And from that point,
he looking at me because at that time I was YTG, which YTG is not a big battle rap group, but I was, in there with Mickey and Mike,
and Newborn,
Bullets and stuff like that. And he probably like, Ward's in 2 groups. They didn't kick him out. They didn't give him an option.
So but what's so crazy, right? As when you look at it, he needed that though. Mm-hmm. That's what took Saga to the next level, leaving NWX. That's the best thing that I think could have happened. Well, I don't wish it happened like that.
Right, of course.
But I'm glad that it happened because I feel like he's a way better, you know what I mean?
But we should have ended up, there should have
No. That's what I'm saying. At that point, it was shots taken on my behalf, on his behalf, on Sean's behalf, to where I'm thinking that this card, this shit gets locked in. Like, what do you, hypothetically at that time, what do you think that looks like? Like, who battles who?
It's probably you and Saga.
It's me and Saga. You and Sean. You and Sean.
and T-Top, the Anglers.
Loso and T-Top.
And then it would have probably been Street Hymns versus Profilini. Was he?
Yeah.
Was it
Profilini was in there? Yeah.
Maybe Profilini or Street Hymns. I think obviously I think his talent is what you kind of want it to match to Street Hymns official doesn't. Even though Street Hymns does very good against females,
no. At that point, we just put an honorary Christian, Prestavia versus Official.
Yeah.
DNA versus Saga.
Yeah.
K-Sean versus A-Ward. Mm-hmm. Loso versus T-Top. Street Hymns versus Profilini. Prestavia versus Official.
Yeah.
Y'all, what y'all doing with that card? Y'all paying for that card? Who wins? This is a fantasy. Obviously, it's a what if. It can't happen now. But yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
And my last thing to you, right? Freestyling. Who's the best freestyler right now, in your opinion, in battle rap?
Rebuttaler or freestyler? Because
both. Break that down.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm
doing the enemy. Is still like one of the best freestylers. Like, like Charlie is.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't necessarily mean that his rebuttals connect. He doesn't flip, but he can just keep the round going.
This nigga's crazy.
He can keep the round going.
But as a freestyler, right? Break down the difference from freestyling to rebuttaling, because when people just hear freestyle, they group it as one whole thing. What's the difference from being a freestyler?
To me, freestyle is like just completely unprepared. Like when I'm rapping and I'm doing this and something happens, like a chair falls in the Geechee battle, and I'm freestyling. Boom. A rebuttal is like, I ain't gonna hold you. I write fast. I heard 3 things in that last round. I wrote them all in my head. You know what I mean? Like, these are rebuttals. These are, yes, they are not a part of my round. They are brand new, but they're not as much of a instantaneous, like at any moment, I can get into a bag freestyling to where I can rhyme words very well, you know what I mean? And do something completely off the cuff, And so I think that, I think Clips, I think Serious Jones is a great freestyler, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to like the rebuttals, I think it's Chef Trez and me, and Sharon. Obviously, when you're active, you. But there's other guys that, like, I like to take it. I'm gonna take all of the credit. There's other guys now that are coming out with. They're seeing me like in person, like 2, 3 of them things, and they're trying it now. They're trying it. They're like, hey.
So what's top three rebuttals ever in battle rap?
I would definitely say I really like Big Cannon's Rip Hamilton. That is one of my favorite ever. Man, there's so many of yours that are just.
Mine is definitely Rookie Mistake.
Yeah, it's got to be Rookie Mistake. Is that the first one or like the twerk one?
The Rookie Mistake is twerk.
It's twerk.
It has deactivate his voice like alright.
Yep.
You want to know what's so cool? Like, I don't know if I should give him the sauce. I'm gonna just leave it. But it's just sauce there. But yeah, that was crazy. Should I give him the sauce, JB?
Give him the sauce.
All right, so right, I'm gonna tell him about freestyling and rebuttaling, because rebuttaling is like, it could be when I hear you around, or it could be premeditated.
Absolutely, yeah.
So me,
you wear a whole outfit or something,
Personally, me, I'm in here, right? So it's Summer Madness. JB will tell you this. Welcome to URL Award. The order is based on who gets there.
Yeah.
Right. So
absolutely.
early on in my career, I was young, so I had to get there because I was too young to even be there.
Yeah.
So they had to put me in the back room early so security wouldn't say nothing. But I just followed that getting older to be, punctual. I don't like going first in certain situations. So twerk is actually the last time I showed up one time because I just got thrown in the fire. And I'm like, I didn't even expect to go here. So I show up there, boom, I get there. They're like, yeah, DNA, get your credentials, your people here, you're next. The fuck? I just got here. I wanted to at least go over my round one time. But it's like, when you wear that seat of being Mr. Reliable, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Which
you give them inch and take them out, man.
which makes this fire because everything lines up perfectly. I walk in right there, the crowd is in melee. So I'm like, what the fuck is, I start asking the fans, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, yo, O-Rad lost his voice. I'm like, word? They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet. I just put that in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, oh, O-Rad lost his voice. This is a big deal. Got you.
In the daytime, I'm smooth, I'm mad proper. Then it's camouflage, you only hear the noise at night. Grasshopper, Kobe Bryant, cause he froze with the 8. Should I blast choppers? Nah, cause once I switch jersey, just the low cut, the black mamba. Oh, you gonna say my bars right now?
I get in the battle with Twerk. I start going. I'm heating up, they fucking with it. And I told myself, cause I study everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy likes to predict what people say. So as I'm going, because I didn't have that extra time to go over my round, I'm never gonna mess up, but you know this as being a freestyler, but I might put something where it doesn't go. So it was never supposed to be Kobe Bryant like before Black Mamba, because that's a giveaway with Black Mamba.
Mm-hmm.
Cause once I switch jersey, just the low cut, the black mamba. Oh, you gonna say my bars right now? You talking through my rounds, this nigga so dead. Futuristic gunning and whole lead. One bullet to deactivate his voice, now we O-Rag. Nigga, don't play. Stop talking when I rap, nigga. Don't do that. I'm here, nigga. I'm here, nigga. I'm here. I'm here, nigga. I'm here, nigga. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
But me just being in the moment, not really going over it, I said Kobe Bryant. So as I said Kobe Bryant, I'm already telling myself, fuck, why did I say that? Because I'm not even worried about twerk. I'm worried about the crowd.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to give the reaction because it's like I'm showing you what's about to happen. So I'm like, he'll get 8 with 2 Kobe Bryant. He'll get 8 with 2 4s, the Black Mamba. So as he does that, I'm like, I knew this was going to happen. Automatic, just how fast my brain is working. I'm like, O-Red line.
Yeah.
Now. So that's how it happened in real time, mid-round. Cause I'm like, this right here is gonna be a defining moment. I'm gonna make a movie right here. Boom, and then that's how the rhyming words was freestyling, but I already had the thought of O-Red just in the stash. Is that how it works for you?
A lot of times, yeah.
Okay.
I do write some types of prebuttals. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
Yeah, I keep a couple.
He might say this or whatever. It's not strong enough to go into the round as a.
But
defense.
you know it's gonna.
But if he brings
it's
it
a
up,
haymaker. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy. But yeah. So, but yeah, I think those two, and then I'm putting one of my own on there. I think the Part in the Waves, man, with Ill Will. I think that one or the More Clay. Some people like the More Clay rebuttal better or whatever, but I just think, them others drop the building crazy.
So look, we gonna end this off with this game that I got. It's called King of the Hill, but it's King of the Hill Freestyler. King of the Hill Freestyler, but you gotta incorporate everything. Freestyling, rebuttaling, everything, because we gotta get to who is the best freestyler in battle rap.
Okay.
This is excluding yourself though. So I'm gonna just put names together. You gotta pick one. Obviously the other person is knocked off.
Okay.
Sharon Big Cannon. Sharon Disaster. Sharon No Can Do.
I'm gonna stick with Sharon.
Sharon Chef Trez.
Chef Trez.
Chef Trez DNA.
Chef Trez.
Chef Trez Hollow the Don.
Chef Trez.
Chef Trez Bangs.
Chef Trez.
Chef Trez Charlie Clips.
Clips.
Charlie Clips Paste.
Clips.
Charlie Clips Thesaurus.
We talking about freestyling, aren't we?
Yeah. Thesaurus is a freestyler though.
Dang, I probably should No Can Do probably should have won back in back in the third round. I'll stay with Clips.
All right, Charlie Clips, Serious Jones.
Clips.
Charlie Clips is the best freestyler.
I think he is, and I think that's like there's guys like like you, Sharon, and Clips are like so different with your freestyles and how you approach it. You're just so, like so there's guys. I think you guys could freestyle for an hour straight, 2 hours straight. 3 hours straight.
For sure,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
Like if somebody Guinness World Record popped up, I think you guys could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could freestyle. I could put instrumental on, do some of that stuff, whatever. But the way my mind works, if I'm not rapping like 3 or 4 multis and trying to come up with like flamethrower, baby, you know, like I can't just say day, pay, and then get to the next one. I don't do that either. And I know you know what I'm saying. Sometimes there's guys, you know, you'll see like a a Sharon or Clips or somebody that's like they're cool with, you know, just all right. Let me keep freestyling until I can get to where. Boom.
Me, I gotta punch too.
Yeah.
Or I gotta scheme. I gotta say something. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it though. King of the Hill, man. Charlie Clips, man. A-Ward.
Shout out to my guy. Appreciate you, man.
Don't get into too much trouble, man. No more rivalries.
I know, right?